lifestyle, foodie, tikhi mirchi. Tell me all about it. Like, how did it start?
So, hi Devika, thank you so much for having me today. So, yes, doctor and a food blogger, I think both the terms are very, I would say, interesting. The combination is quite interesting.
Very, very. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, even like I started in 2015, like if you're asking me from where I started as Tiki Michi, so that was in 2015. So, I was doing my internship. So, I'm a homeopathic physician by profession, and
Okay.
my college was in Defense Colony. So Defense Colony is known to be a foodie hub. Like it has a lot of popular restaurants, cafes there. So during my internship, my food journey started from there. At that time, Zomato was there for reviews. I used to write reviews for Zomato at that time. So I
Okay.
started my journey with Zomato. With there at that time, I used to post pictures of my mom's food, like whatever she used to make in the kitchen, I used to post on my gram. So at that
Right,
time,
right.
it used to be like, घर का खाना कौन डालता है? Because, like almost 10 years back, people used to put pictures of the cafes because it used to be picture thing, है ना? मतलब अब
Right,
तो it's
picturesque.
more of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
reel.
yeah.
So at that time, it was more of a photogram, I would say, instead of reels gram as of now. So I
Correct.
used to post a lot of pictures, 3 to 4 times in a day. So that's how it started.
Wonderful. Now I have to ask you this question. Like, if you could teleport right now to any place in the world for a meal,
Okay.
where would you go? And what would you be eating? It's just a very curious question. I had to ask this.
Very interesting question. So I am a big fan of pizza. So it has to be Naples having hot wood fired margarita pizza with a glass of chilled wine. I think that's
Oh
my.
my God. Wonderful, wonderful,
If
wonderful,
you can just
wonderful.
teleport me there.
Oh, of course, excellent. Now, so you're saying that that journey actually started with your mom ka ghar ka khana.
Yeah.
And was there a moment that you realized that your passion for food, travel, lifestyle can turn into something bigger than a hobby?
No, no, no. I mean, at that time, we were just like, I think handful of bloggers. I think just 4 or 5 bloggers I know at in 2015,
Mhm.
and I never imagined that my fans will grow. So it
Yes, of
just keeps
course.
growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never imagined, obviously, because I was just a doctor at that time and I was just exploring cafes and all these things. So I never thought that it
You
will be
never,
this
never,
way.
you never thought that something. Now, the next two questions are actually my favorite questions. One is, if you were to make a movie about yourself, what would the title be, and who would you cast as yourself? This I
Okay.
love asking people.
Okay. So, what will be the title? Okay, very interesting. I think it will revolve around something like Tiki Mirchi, I would say. Something around Tiki. I think Tiki Mirchi will be apt for that movie title. And for the
Okay.
casting, you mean the like Bollywood or like what
Koi
reference you
bhi, koi bhi, whoever you can think of. It doesn't have to be, it could be anybody, whoever comes to your mind.
I
Who would
think
you want to?
Priyanka Chopra clicks in my mind.
Very
That's like,
nice,
yeah,
nice. Cool, cool,
yeah.
cool. Now, what is a perfect hashtag that sums up your vibe, your social media, your journey, everything?
I am someone who believes in God and gratitude, so it will be hashtag gratitude always.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice, very much. So now, tikhi mirchi. Tell me more about that. Like, what is it that you just thought of, tikhi mirchi? What is the thickest thing that you've had?
Tkiest thing. So yeah, so first I would like to tell that the idea behind tikhi mirchi. So everyone just whoever I meet they're like tikhi mirchi क्यों रखा नाम. So I have my favorite answer that मेरा खाना हरी मिर्च के बिना खत्म नहीं होता. I need chilies with my food, चाहे वो whether it's in pickle form or it's in raw form or any form. I need spicy element in my food. So
Food,
that's the
yeah.
reason behind Tiki Mirchi handle name. And second question you're asking is most the teakiest thing I have had. So that has to be Bhoot Jhulakia. So I had a cheese toast which had tint of Bhoot Jhulakia sprinkled on the top of it. So that
Where
was,
can that be found?
I had it in some restaurant in Gurgaon. I don't remember the name because it
Acha.
was long back in 2018 or something at that
Okay.
time. So they were doing a pop-up menu there. So I had that Bhoot Jhulakia cheese toast there.
Oh, nice. Very cool. And that was the tedious thing that you had.
Yeah, that was the most spices. I mean, my ears were literally
Burning. Oh my
changing.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what has been the most rewarding part of sharing your food and travel experiences so far with your audience? What has been, most fulfilling part of it?
Most fulfilling will be the love I'm receiving with of my followers. I mean, whether they are my juniors, my college junior audience. So, so I am into teaching profession. So, like, whenever I used to go for classes, they're like, "Ma'am, I really like your page or your recipe or this, or that." So, that love, that joy which comes from hearing these, words. So that is one thing which I really like about my this passion. This is my passion, Tiki Mirchi. Profession
Of
is
course.
doctor. I would say I never mix the
Of
both.
course. Yes, yes, yes. Of course,
So
of course.
yeah.
Cool. Now, was there a specific challenge that you faced in your content creator journey? And, how did you overcome that?
So yeah, so Instagram is very changeable. I mean, today, and I mean, 10 years back, it was photos which were viral. Now it's reels. So the format keeps on changing. So we have to be up to date that what is viral, what is
Adaptable with the change, basically.
yeah. So that
Right,
is one
right.
thing. And when being someone from the medical background, I don't have all this information because all these creators who are full time into blogging, so they have information that what hashtags, what keywords, all those data they have, technical stuff.
Hmm,
But
hmm.
I am into asking my friends, okay, what is working? Because at this time I don't have time to explore into so much of content creation,
Correct,
so
correct.
I have to ask my fraternity, tell me
Friends,
what's up
friends
to
and
date.
ask. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's working. Whatever you're doing, it's clearly working.
Yeah,
Wonderful, wonderful,
thankfully.
excellent. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
as a doctor, how do you incorporate wellness into your food and travel content? Any unique tricks, approaches that you take?
So I don't have any tricks to share as such, but there is only one thing which I always share in my stories or in my posts, that your body is your temple. You can't put anything junk, anything crappy or dirty in your mouth just for the sake of getting following or views. I see a lot of content creators posting just about cheese and cheese because it gets viral. So I would say that
Why do
okay,
I mean, why does cheese get viral? Any idea?
ask
No
Instagram.
idea. Oh
I mean, you put anything about cheese and it will get viral. I don't know anything about
my
street food,
God.
be it
Okay.
a dosa, be it anything, any food item, you just grate cheese on it and it will get viral. I don't know why. So when I
Gotta find
started
that.
in 2015, it was actually very viral to put anything cheese, in your post and it will get viral. But it is one of the most oldest trend which is still working
For
I mean
cheese.
in this,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but sadly it's not good for our health. So I don't really.
That's true. Everyone's starting to have cheese a lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I always say to my followers, have everything in moderation. I'm not saying that don't eat cheese, don't eat carbs, don't eat oil, fats, and all those things. Everything is good for us, I would say, but in moderation.
In moderation. In
Know
portion
your
size is
portion size.
important. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's true.
So
Even I'm
I
trying to
would
incorporate
really
that in
propagate
my
this
life.
in my Instagram, in my stories, I really propagate this concept of portion control size. I'm not saying that don't touch pizza. Have pizza. I mean, it is something which is I would label as soul food, especially for me. So just have a slice or just two slice, I would say, not more than that.
Correct, correct, correct. Cool. So, what's the most memorable food you've had while traveling so far?
Most memorable food. So yeah, so on my recent trip to Vietnam,
Mm.
I went to Hoi An. So there, they used to make freshly made banh mi, the sandwiches, Vietnamese sandwiches. And they used to cut everything fresh, like all the vegetables, all the garnishing, everything. And that is one meal experience which is, the taste is still vivid. When you're asking me this question, I am getting that flavor in my mouth. So yes, that is one experience which is one of the
Most memorable.
travel. Yeah, and that
So,
is paired with Vietnamese iced coffee. So I think that's the best. I mean, a banh mi and Vietnamese iced coffee is the best food memory.
absolutely. No, no, that's true. Now, if I had to ask, why was it special? Is there a specific memory of yours that you have associated with it, or is it just the food that is just so special?
I think uh, both the aspects, the preparation also, because it was fresh. It was nothing was frozen, nothing was kept in the fridge. He plucked the avocado and right in front of my eyes, so everything like the vegetables he chopped right in front of my eyes. The bread was also baked fresh. So everything, that element of freshness is something which really
Everyone craves for,
satisfies
and
me.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. And so, and
Plus,
also like a transparent kitchen, you get to see exactly what they're
yes.
putting in, and you know exactly what's going into your
And
body.
the
Absolutely.
hygiene level also, I would say. I mean, it was just a street. I mean, it was a small shop, but
Hmm.
the flavors which that sandwich had was amazing. So,
Wow. And what is it called again? The sandwich?
bami,
Mom. Okay, cool.
bami.
Cool, very cool. Now, what do you think? Being a doctor, how has your career influenced the way you perceive food and culture?
Food and culture. So yes, again, being a doctor, I advise to my patients don't eat an unhealthy food, but I am consuming all those, fries, pizza. But yes, again, obviously, it depends on which disease you're having, right? So diet restrictions are advised accordingly. But I mean, in this stage, I would say that, I mean, especially after COVID, I would say healthy lifestyle
Very
is
important.
very, very important. It's
Very
not that you're
important.
not diseased, you're not having BP, sugar, so you can't, you can have anything you wish to, but no,
Mm,
you
mm,
have to see all the parameters, your
mm,
weight, your BMI, or everything that needs to be in check. You just
mhm,
can't promote anything just for the sake of,
mhm,
getting viral. You have to be
mm.
mindful for that.
True, true, true. Now, if there is a one piece of advice that you'd like to give your younger self, what do you
Okay.
think that would be? And I mean, why?
I would say just follow your heart. Don't let others influence you.
I know. Yeah, that's true. And I think that that kind of happens as we mature. Somewhere
Right.
down the line, we realize that it's so important to
We
stay
get
on track,
influenced easily,
true to
especially
yourself
in
as
our
well.
teens. I mean, in my 20s also, I remember during my college days, like, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया, like they say you're looking this, you're looking like that. So you get influenced. You're like, okay, I need
Yeah.
to improve. But in my 30s, I'm like, okay, say whatever you want to say. I'm not listening to you. So just shut your ears, follow your heart, follow your mind, and you're good to go.
True, true, true. I think the authenticity that comes with being yourself,
Right.
that shines in your 30s. Absolutely, absolutely. I 100% agree to that. Now, one type of cuisine, if I was to ask you, if you had to have that for the rest of your life, what would
Rest
you
of my life.
choose?
Okay.
And why?
Oh my God, why are you limiting me to just one cuisine? Okay. I think it has to be North Indian cuisine because I mean dal chawal is a staple for us, right? So that has to be North Indian cuisine. Otherwise, pizza is my guilt.
Go to food. Go to food. Now,
Yes.
how do you balance your life as a doctor and with, the all the blogging that you do? How do you balance it?
Yeah, so balancing now, especially when you are into government job, it's quite difficult, but somehow I'm trying to, do multitasking and, adjust all the reviews and, all these things.
Hmm.
So on weekdays, it is not uh, easy to go for a review, but yeah, I especially go on weekends. I try out new places, new experiences. So that is how I'm balancing both my personal and professional life.
Good, good, cool. That's all we want to know, that we are being able to do that.
Yes,
Passion, profession. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's what keeps us going.
true.
Yeah. So what's the weirdest food combo you swear by that people at least that life में एक बार try करना है, that kind.
Try karna hai. Okay. Um, I am not someone who likes weird combinations. So honestly, I don't have any wish list.
Specific something.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay. If your life was a dish, what would it be called and what ingredients would it have?
Okay, so it has to be bhel puri because it is tikha. It has flavor of salt, also the tikha, meetha, dono, both the flavors of
Ha ha
spicy and
ha
sweetness
ha
are beautifully covered by bhel puri, and it is a very popular chaat
ha
item.
ha ha
So
ha.
I'm popular also, so everything, all elements will be covered by bhel.
Falls in place together beautifully.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So the ingredients, yeah, yeah, I think you said the bhel and the all of that. Yeah, yeah. This
Yes,
falls.
it has
Cool.
everything. I mean, the crunch is there, the
Right, right,
vegetable
right. The crunch is also there. Correct, correct,
textures and
correct.
everything is, in tune with my personality.
Wonderful. So it's bhel puri. So maybe you can extend the action there, hashtag bhel puri.
Right, right.
Pretty fun, pretty fun, yeah. So tell us about a memorable travel experience that you've had and what food surprised you in the best way possible.
So yes, so for travel, so I am someone. So whenever I travel anywhere, so I have to try that. I'm a vegetarian, so I
Mm.
have to try the local food there. I'm not someone who will stick to pizza, pasta. No, because that is something which you can get anywhere, any part of the world you can get. But like on my recent trip to Sri Lanka, I went there, and I had their Sri Lankan curries. So I was surprised that the South Indian food and Sri Lankan food is so similar. I mean, almost. I mean, you can't even imagine that you're sitting in Sri Lanka and you're having chana dal curry in coconut milk. So it was so familiar. The taste is so familiar, but it was so soothing that in a foreign country you're getting flavors of India. So
Right.
yeah, so
And of
that
course, it was in tune with what exactly you were looking for as well.
yeah, I mean, coconut is very popular
Right.
ingredient used in Sri Lanka and in South India also.
Mm.
So, but I wasn't really expecting that the flavor will be exactly the same. The sambar will be same. The appams will be same. But I mean, the names were different, but the ingredients were the same. So taste was also same. So that was a great experience for me.
And it's a surprise, pleasantly surprised one.
Yes, I mean it was so soothing. It was raining there, and hot appams and curry, chana dal curry, and stew was
Right.
there. It was, I mean, it's
Right.
really comforting me in that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, what's the one misconception you think about food blogging that people have that, from your standpoint, you'd like to clear up?
Misconception is that food bloggers eat for free. That is the biggest misconception, that they just come, they just eat for free, and then they just disappear. So that is a big misconception, which I also faced during when I just started with my blogging thing. So they were like, I
Right.
mean, the cafe reviewers, they used to be like, okay, you just come, you just review, and you will get free food. So I used to get annoyed. What do you mean by free food? So we are spending our time, we are all spending our money to travel to one place to another for your just cafe review. So that is a big misconception, that we are eating for free. It is not free. It comes with a lot of behind the scenes expense.
No, no, that is true. That is true. I think,
Yeah,
and I think that's a very good point that you're saying. That a lot of people don't realize that they think that free
yeah,
ka khana hai, and it is of
right.
course you're traveling there, you're putting in your time, you're of course absolutely,
I
and
mean, time,
you are
efforts,
doing something that
everything.
is that is beneficial for the cafe or whoever you're reviewing. So absolutely, and I
Right.
think that's a very good point that you made as well. Now, another question, given that you're a doctor, do you, and that you indulge in, food adventures, do you get criticized? How do you respond to them?
Yeah, I do criticize. Like everyone is like that, to everyone, you are advising not to eat this, not to eat that. Like for cheese, also, I just told you before that I don't really propagate that, eat cheese, in everyday like breakfast
Mm.
items or
Mhm.
snacking. I don't say that have a garlic toast, have a cheesy toast, have garlic bread, or whatever. So I do get criticized on this point, but I am very firm regarding this stand that eat in moderation. I don't have problem that you're having just 1 teaspoon of cheese, just sprinkling the cheese. That is not an
Mhm.
issue. Issue is when you're overeating, when the portion size is exceeding your daily calorie intakes. That is the
Correct.
problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
So basically, I was going to ask you that what was your take on maintaining a healthy lifestyle while enjoying the uh, richness of all the food that we
Mm.
take in. So your take is basically that we need to eat in moderation.
Eat in
Stick to
moderation
your
plus workout. You have to work out. I mean, in your 20s, I
yeah.
ate each and everything. I didn't went to gym and all those workout things. But in my 30s, I realized you have to work out. Not just portion size control won't really help you. You have to work out also because your metabolism falls. When you're aging,
Right.
your metabolism falls. So you have to do
Correct.
something extra in your 30s to do that.
Just make sure that you don't go crazy with the weight
Yeah.
and all. Absolutely, absolutely. Now share a tip for content creators who want to blend their professional expertise and their passion for social media.
Tip has to be you have to be passionate. You just can't start a food blog just because you can get
Who's
an
doing it?
earning or views. You
Ha,
have
ha,
to be
ha, ha,
passionate.
ha.
You just can't post randomly, clicking a dosa and just putting it in on your gram. You have to be, I would say, they'll say connected raho apne khane se, then only you will feel uh, the flavors. You will feel the captions ki kya dena, ki
Mhm,
what
mhm,
caption you have to give in your insta. You just can't randomly use chat gpt to generate captions, which everyone is doing these days. You
mhm.
have to do it from dil se. You have to be
Right.
passionate.
Absolutely, absolutely. दिल से कुछ भी करो तो अच्छा होता
बिल्कुल
है ना?
बिल्कुल.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think that's a very good pointer. Now, what's the most important thing you think that new content creators should know before they jump into food and travel blogging?
So first thing which they have to know, so first thing which I have to tell here is that a lot of newbies, I mean in just their teens, they're starting like just after schooling, they are starting
Mm,
with blogging. So in that tender age, professionalism is not there at all. So
mm,
one tip
mm,
which I want to share is that just for 100 rupees or 200 rupees, don't run after the cafes because then they're like you will get two items for free and then they will just run to that place. So have some stand that you have to do some good value work, not just 100 rupees or 200 rupees work. Build your
correct,
own brand.
correct.
You have to make your presence felt in the market because there are a lot of people in the blogging in this segment, food segment.
Mm,
So
mm,
if you want to make your name, you have to be exclusive. You just can't be present each and every cafe or reviews, or in that case you have to be exclusive in that place. So choose your brands wisely.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, if you had to go back in time and maybe give yourself a piece of advice when you started the food blogging, what would
Mhm.
that be? You think? Because I think this one will help also others actually in their journey who are already in it or who are already passionate about it.
Yeah, so you have to respect your own time, energy, and resources.
Mm.
So invest in those brands only who understand the pain behind the content creation, because
Amen.
even, I mean, till date, I get to hear from some newbie PRs again in their 20s that, we will give you this for free, two, three items, and you can just come and review. So, there is no connection with the blogger, I would say. It's just a,
Mm.
uh,
Just a
you know,
quick
quick
promotion kind of thing
promotion.
कि हाँ हाँ हाँ
Yeah.
कर लो बात कर लो audience के बाद हाँ
Huh.
something right
And then
right
they will use, it's free food. So I'm like, okay, I don't really need your free food. I'm good. I can manage on. So
right
you
right
have
right
to
right right
be, again, I would say, mindful of, connections you want to build. It's not just
convert
a
and all of that correct.
one-time connection. A brand
Right.
will again connect with you if they will feel that,
Hmm.
the content has resonated with the audience. So
Right. Good. So now the one mistake that you see new bloggers make, so I would say that this is in line with the mistakes. Anything else that you can think of?
um I think this is, I mean, other things are very minor. They will copy the idea of other people, so that is fine. I mean, everyone is getting inspired. I would not use the term copying. I would say they were getting inspired from others' content, and they're using the same format
Mm.
for the
Mm.
content. So that's
Right. So
fine.
there is no the uniqueness is not there, you mean.
Uniqueness is not there. Yeah.
Right.
So just
True.
add your touch, and maybe that
Add
will
your
work.
touch. Add your flavor.
Add your flavor. That will definitely.
Yes. Yes. It will. Absolutely. So, Acha, tell me some tools or apps that you use or you think that's necessary for new and new bloggers who want to do something.
Yeah, so like for photo editing, I'm using this Lightroom and Snapseed. So these are my two go-to apps for photo editing. Like they have pre-built filters there, so we can use the like food filter for the coffee, or so a lot of filters are there.
Mm,
So that is very useful. Then for
mm.
video, like for reels and video content, one can use this InShot
In
for
short, is good. Yeah, I've
editing.
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm using these because I'm not on YouTube. I'm exclusively on Instagram only. So these three
Mhm.
apps are sufficient for me.
Okay.
But I think
Okay.
for YouTube, maybe a lot of other apps must be required. Yeah.
Different. There must be. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna jump right into some rapid fire for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Street food or fine dining?
Street food,
Desserts or appetizers?
appetizers,
Nice. Most overrated food trend?
cheese, anything related to cheese,
Yes. Tea or coffee?
coffee, any day, anytime,
Your ultimate guilty pleasure snack?
pizza.
Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a snack as well. Yeah, so yeah, pizza. One
Snack for me
travel
because I just
destination.
have a slice of it, so that's fine.
Correct. Now, one travel destination you'd go just to eat.
Vietnam.
Wow, the food was that good, huh?
It was fresh and amazing.
It was okay, wonderful. Morning person or night out?
Night out. I'm not a morning person at all.
Favorite comfort food? I think I already know what that is. Pizza.
Yes, and dal chawal.
Oh,
One more.
dal chawal also.
Yeah.
Okay. Best destination for street food?
It has to be my Delhi.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
What's your hidden talent? So, for example, other than being a doctor and a foodie, is there something that you want the world to know about you?
So I am someone who loves decorating my house and every nook and corner. So I love decoration, and my artistic side is quite
I do.
good. Yeah.
Okay. Good, good, good. Wonderful. Three items always in your travel bag.
Lip balm, a comb, and third thing, what do we, I think these two and my charger, yeah, mobile charger. These three things.
Of course, of course. One word to describe your Instagram followers.
One word. They're amazing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday destination.
Favorite would be Bali.
What's your spirit animal?
Spirit animal has to be panda
Ah, nice. Why?
because they're lazy and sleeping all throughout the day.
Okay.
So
All right.
I love sleeping. So yes,
Okay. Sweet or spicy, I already know it's sticky there.
spicy. Yeah.
So it's spicy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dream collaboration. Which chef or restaurant?
So dream collaboration, I think it will be always about chef because I mean, so I have two instances where I cooked with a chef. So Chef
Mm.
Ranveer Barar and Chef Vikas Khanna. So you know the tips and tricks which they share with you. I think a restaurant can't share these small things which helps in cooking. So obviously it has to be with chef. Dream collaboration.
True, true, true. Wonderful. Which chef?
Which chef? So I would love to cook with Chef Sanjeev Kapoor,
Okay.
the
Cool.
childhood crush.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I thought you'd say Ranveer Brar, but that's okay.
I've already cooked with. Yeah, I've actually
Okay,
already
you've
cooked
already
once.
cooked with
So
them. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. Go to outfit for exploring a new city.
it has to be a pair of jeans and white tee.
Okay. One food trend that needs to end. I think I know the answer.
Yeah. Anything about cheese. It's too much now. 10 years.
Of course. First thing you do when you wake up.
I shut my alarm.
What's one thing that never fails to make you smile?
Never fails to. I mean, gratitude again. God has been kind to me.
Absolutely.
So,
Of course.
yeah.
Now, is there a go-to song that you have when you're cooking? Do you cook, by the way?
I love cooking. I love
Wonderful.
experimenting with new dishes, and I just open YouTube and see the latest
Mm.
recipes.
So when you're cooking, is there a go-to song that you have?
So I love listening to old songs like Rafi, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha
Wonderful.
Bhosle. So they're not specific songs, but I just
The
open
oldies,
and play.
oldies. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oldies.
And nice. Now, if social media didn't exist, what would you be doing to share your passion and about food and travel?
I think I might would have started with small batch cooking classes maybe.
That's a good one. You can still start.
Only time
No
factor.
time, no time. I know. I was just gonna say no time. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what's your pet peeve about food? What totally ruins a dish for you? I know. I think I again know the answer. If there is some
No,
cheese
so
in it.
a little difference would be overly cooked vegetables, which makes I mean, vegetables lose their texture and their crunchiness.
Mm.
Like, for
Mm.
example, spinach or the green leafy vegetables. If you overcook them, I don't like it.
No, no,
It
true,
puts.
true. I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. That entire, the uniqueness of the vegetable goes away. It's
Yeah.
like part of
So
the, yeah, yeah. I
the
completely get it.
texture needs to be maintained.
True, 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 true. Agreed, agreed. Yeah. Now, who's your dream dinner guest, dead or alive? And what would you cook for them?
Dream dinner. Oh, it has to be Shah Rukh Khan.
Of course.
Inviting him, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What would you cook for him?
Biryani. I guess that is favorite.
Nice. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, what's a food combo that people judge you for, but you secretly love?
Secretly love. Okay, so I love having a chocolate dosa. That might
That's
sound like
very interesting. Wow.
weird, but yeah. I like a very crispy thin dosa with a with a
Um,
layering of chocolate spread or hazelnut spread. So I really like that combo.
I think everyone should try that, right? Just for the
Yes,
heck
they
of it,
can.
to
Yes.
just see how that entire thing actually comes in.
Yeah.
Now,
But the
describe
tagline
your
is, yeah, but the tagline is the dosa should be hot and crispy, not the
ah,
soggy dosa.
not the side. That's important one. Yeah, yeah, true, true, true. So, what describe your content creation process in 3 words?
Unique. Unique is there, and it is full of colors and full of flavors.
Nice, very cool. Now, if calories didn't exist, what would be your ultimate cheat meal? I know pizza's gonna be there. Are
Yeah.
you gonna add something to it?
Cheese burst
Pasta?
pizza and tiramisu.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Very cool. What's your catchphrase when something tastes amazing?
आत्मा तृप्त हो गई है. That's what I say whenever I taste.
Always. You're like, yeah. Cool. Now, if your life had a soundtrack, what would the opening song be?
कल हो ना हो.
Nice. I like it. Now, if you could create a signature cocktail, what would it be called?
तीखी मिर्ची.
Ah, very interesting. Yeah, yeah, of course. What's one unpopular opinion you have about food?
Unpopular. Nothing really about it.
Nothing. Okay. Spontaneous travel plan or meticulously planned itinerary?
Both. I
Both.
mean I have experienced both, so yeah, I don't have issue with any of them.
Now, if you had to choose one.
So I am someone who loves to research and do a lot of planning, so it has to be meticulously planned. Yeah.
Right, 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 right. Of course, of course. Okay, cool. So, anything else that you'd like to share about your journey? I think
Yeah,
we've
one
covered
thing,
most of it. If there is something that you think that you would want to share, which will bring out more about you and let our audience know a little more about you, please, we'd love
yeah.
to hear about it.
So I would love to share that, be always honest with your audience. Don't brag about something. If you are, honest to yourself and your audience, I think everything will fall into place. The universe will obviously help you in all these
So,
things. And
true,
I would
true.
like to quote one instance, where I stayed in my, vegetarian, that vegetarian circle, I would say. So one of the most popular brand, I mean, I don't want to name the brand, so they approached me for a collaboration. So they are famous for their chicken. So
Hmm.
being a vegetarian, I refused. But then, they offered me a good collaboration. The amount was really good, but again,
Hmm.
I refused it just because I can't promote something non-veg. I mean, which is against my ethics, I would say, because I'm a vegetarian. So why should I promote something which is, not
Don't
not.
have. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
It's
but
hard
I
for you to
think,
even say it. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I want to share. That don't fall for these things. Be true to yourself
Funny.
and
Yeah,
share
yeah.
what you eat. Why do you want to share something which you don't eat, you don't consume? So be true to it, connect with your audience, respond to them, and they will love the your replies, because whenever I used to reshare or reply to someone, they used to instantly share on their stories. So that is a small thing, but it really helps you to connect with your followers, that
Of course, of
they're getting
course,
acknowledged, they're getting
of
connected with
course.
us.
Right,
So
right, right, right,
this is
right.
something which is lacking in new age uh, bloggers, I would say. So this thing again, I can add to that point when you ask me the tips and tricks for
Hmm.
new content creators. So yes, connect with,
Hmm.
even if they're just 100 or they're just 1,000 or 1 lakh, that doesn't matter. Just connect with them. Just say hi, hello on weekends, or reply, or whenever you get time, just respond. That really
Correct,
helps.
correct, correct. Very true, very true.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sure.
And it was wonderful, wonderful talking about your journey, knowing more about you. I think, it's been fabulous. doctor, foodie, lifestyle, tikhi mirchi, and all that. It was really a great conversation. So I wish you all the best and all the
Thank
best
you.
from our entire team. So I'll talk to you soon.
Sure. Thank you so much, Devika, for asking me such interesting questions, and it really uh, gave me a good, I would say journey movie. I would say that
Reflection,
from where I
reflection.
started,
Yeah.
yeah, right
No, I
from
think that's
the
what happens when we start talking about our journey.
yeah. So it was a
True.
good recap for me also.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You take care and all the best.